Other passengers, we ask that there be no eating, drinking, or smoking on board. As a reminder, this is the Mickey and Friends tram, serving the parking structure and the Pinocchio parking area. Thank you. We will begin our trip shortly.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here age relives fond memories of the past. And here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future.
Disneyland is a magical place. There's something to do for everybody here. Everybody comes to Disneyland.
That's kind of what I think Disneyland is. It's a place that Walt Disney dreamed of, and I think he just wants people to come here and believe what he believed in, and to experience what he had, that like major dream and major plans for the future. About people coming together, you know, and I think that's what Walt Disney would want. People coming to have a good time and kind of leaving the real world behind.
America's the heartbeat of a holiday. The place was made with a magical plan, and just around the corner is a fantasy land. I'm walking right down the middle of Main Street, USA. I hear the music playing from the old-time ragtime band. I feel the whole place swaying with the people from across the land. To see the greatest smiling faces up and down the street, it's remarkable how friendly all the people can be. I'm walking right down the middle of Main Street, USA.
I saw them at Matt's Tea Party, and I went up to them because I saw the patch was like that caught my attention, you know. And I went up to them and I started talking to them, you know. And they were like, and I told them like, hey man, like I want to know more about this club, you know. It's what is it, you know? So they told me, and they're like, oh yeah, like we have meets every last Sunday of the month, so just come and hang out with us. But I came alone, so I was kind of nervous in a way, but my first meet, like, everyone, like, hugged me, like, oh, hey, nice to meet you, your name is this, hugging me, like, you know, and, yeah, I came one day, and now I'm here.
I started Main Street Elite 2 years ago with 3 of my friends, 2 whom I work with at a barbershop in Los Angeles. Vendors had a cap on their members, and they said they were full up and they wouldn't be taking anybody else, so we thought that was really unfair, and we really didn't like the way that was going down, so I brought that to the attention to my buddies at work, and we were kind of just talking about it, and we got each other riled up to the point where we were like, well, we should start a club then.
Main Street Elite actually started from a small little handful of people who were park goers pretty often. They used to come to the park a lot, and we're basically looking for other like-minded people.
When we first started, we just recruited our friends, basically. Our first meet, there was 13 people there. Word spread. We had 120 members in under 8 months. So people, you know, wanted to join, and, you know, it was kind of got a little out of hand at first because we didn't really know how to handle all these people.
I've been coming here since I was little with my family, you know. I guess as I got older, I realized, you know, a lot of things about Disneyland that I didn't when I was little, you know. So I got more into it, like the history of Disneyland, the history of Walt, like just all of that. And then by meeting Main Street Elite, it's like opened my mind up to so many different levels of Disneyland that I didn't know.
I feel that people identify so much with Walt Disney and whatever, you know, everything that his company and created and what he's taken on. People identify so much, and it's so much of their childhood along into their adulthood, and people, you know, they geek out. There's a lot of our people in our club that are, you know, fanboys, fangirls, all that kind of stuff that we kind of identify with, and that's part of us. And there's a lot of different walks of life that are into that. We kind of, you know, clash at times, but we come together into basically like just the common love for Disney.
So what's it like prospecting?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. You know, a little challenging because, you know, you have to show them that you really want to be a part of the family, and you're not just in there for patches.
Well, how do you show them that you want to be part?
By basically showing up to the park and spending your time with them and not just showing up, hey, I'm here, okay, I'm leaving. No, like actually spend time with them, get to know them, and just hang out with them. You know, like something you'll do with anybody. If you want to really get to know them. When I joined the prospecting, they told me it takes up to probably 6 months, just so they can really know, you know, if you're really here for the family or you're just here to wear a vest, basically.
Why do you want to join Main Street Elite?
Honestly, just yeah.
Hey, that's my new beanie.
See, they all get along so well and fight like brothers and sisters. You know, and I'm an only child, so with that being said, this is amazing. So I never really had that sibling thing with anybody, and with all of them, imagine. Yeah. I want to get it's something different. You know, you really don't hear about clubs at a theme park. And it being Disneyland, my favorite place in the world probably, you know, I'm a Disney fan in general. It's pretty cool. You know, like I said, something new, something really new.
I think the biggest thing besides that is the attention we got. All of the negative attention that has just like scattered throughout the years, you know, just building up and just kind of making us into something we're not.
We're not your traditional looking Disney goers. We're a little on the alternative side with the tattoos and piercings, and a lot of us have beards and mustaches.
We would get like stuff relating us to biker clubs.
There's a biker gang that wears jean vests and has a lot of patches.
I've heard about these social clubs through social media, so like Facebook and Twitter, and especially about that Vice article that came out, and it totally went viral, and it was passed around, you know, and shared.
It just seems so strange to see something that looks so hard and mean in a place like Disneyland where there are princesses and fairies.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I think if I saw a group of them all coming down the street, I don't know how I would deal with that.
I've heard from other cast members that they have interesting initiation rites that sometimes involve stealing. I've heard they break down attractions.
I've heard them like cutting in lines. I've heard them being really obnoxious to other guests.
They can leave a lot of trash. There's a lot of them.
Kind of trashing places, like wherever they go, they kind of leave disaster in the wake. Being rude to cast members.
They can be just generally disrespectful and loud and rambunctious sometimes.
A lot of people from the outside looking in say, hey, are you guys a Disney gang? And it's one of those things where it's like, it's a complete misconception.
We hate that people think that we're a gang. I mean, we look like it, I guess you could say, but it's like, we hold doors open for people. We clean up after ourselves.
I would never in my life dream of joining a gang.
We don't have any beefs with any other social club. There's no like territories, just the perception of all that comes with the gang idea. It's not even there.
This to me is an actual club, just like in school when you're in a book club or a chess club or whatever you want to call it. It's just a group of like-minded people.
Some of our parents, they're tattooed and they're pierced and they always wear black, and it's like, I'm a mom and I may look different, but I'm a mother. I respect people. I teach my daughter right from wrong. Like, there's nothing that a normal mother in like a cardigan sweater wouldn't do. You don't have to be a cookie cutter person to love Disney. You don't have to be 5 years old to want to be a kid.
We're just a social club. It says it at the bottom of our patch. It's just a bunch of us that just hang out together and just have a great time.
Star Tours 1401, you are cleared for departure. Initiate takeoff sequence.
What? Auto takeoff sequence initiated.
R2-D2, what's going on here? We are not ready for takeoff. Where are we going? This is madness! R2, don't you dare make the jump to Lightspeed! I've always wanted to do this. Hang on, everyone!
Just being here, it's like you go in the park and sometimes you just forget about your problems, like out of the park, you know? You feel like a little kid, like they say, and you do, which to me, I love that feeling, and what I love about this club is like they understand, you know, all of that.
This is a way for me to escape the outside world, so to speak.
Steve Irwin, it's a Corvette! We don't need no roads! I can't even understand anything! We don't need no roads! Green juice! Green juice! Orange? What juice? Orange juice? Volkswagen? Beetle? Yes!
If there are very large groups here, then they can be disruptive to other people. If there's a fan group that's here all the time, they start to see Disneyland as their own place. They kind of are protective of it. And other people here who are here from Minnesota or China, you know, they don't know that those people are here all the time. So they just want to have a great day, and they've paid a lot of money to be here. And just because someone has an annual pass doesn't mean that it's their place.
The representation of the club in media is deceiving.
Some rumor, from what I've read, I guess some social clubs have territory, I guess, you know, like, I guess they think like we own Main Street, which we don't. Like, I've heard other stories that obviously people, like probably tourists, when they look at us, they may be a threat because, like, I don't have tattoos, but most of them, you know, they have tattoos and they look like a threat, but they're not at all. Like, they're the nicest people I've ever met.
They thought we were taking over the park. They thought we were a bad thing, and that somehow we were taking, you know, integrity away from the park, and just, you know, they'd see one bad thing or just a mistake, and they just, like, we had a magnifying glass on us. Like, you know, even the people at the park, security would follow us. They'd have a sign when they'd see us, they'd go like this to reference our vests, and they would do eye and hand signals to go, you know, catch up with us.
Even when we went places, like, security would really be on us, and they'd be hounding us, and we knew that it was because of just the whole social club scene. So then it got even as heavy as, like, I would talk to my brother, like, yo, like, what's going on, man? Like, security is getting really big. He's like, well, honestly, a lot of customer complaints to, like, cast members about this whole social club scene, that some people are, like, cutting corners, or some people are cutting in line, or some people are doing this and that. And so it was relatively negative, and there was a time where we were worried that it would all just get shut down. We still do know that if, like, something went down, like, they would shut all the social clubs down. Like, it's definitely, they pay attention to everything that we do, everything. All the actions of social clubs throughout the park as a whole, Disney is extremely aware of. And so it's just, it's funny, it's like an all-seeing eye is looking at us, and it's like, I talk to my brother and sister, and I'm like, yeah, they heard that happen. Yeah, they know that happened. I'm like, well, what do your bosses say about where the social clubs? We understand what's going on, and we're definitely looking at it and paying close attention to all the actions of the social clubs. Every social club has their own message. Every social club has their own interpretation of what Disney is to them. And we are all under the same umbrella. Just like if any fraternity, like, burned down half the school, then it would be, all the fraternities would be penalized of it. Just the actions of one affects the actions of many. And so, you know, just really paying attention to all that, you really get to see a grand scheme as far as, like, the difference in all the social clubs, and you really do get to pay attention to exactly what, like, everyone's doing. And no matter what people say, like, all social clubs recognize each other, all social clubs know each other, all social clubs know when each other's at the park, when what we're doing, all that stuff. And so really just staying on top of all that stuff is a really good way to, like, keep all this going for, like, years and years to come.
We got our patches handed to us when we were actually, like, invited to the family.
How do you get invited?
How do you get invited? Just hang out with us sometime.
How do we get to hang out with you guys?
If you see us around and you want to hang out with us, just let us know.
Oh, all right.
Just the vibe that you get when you're not even if you're not in the club, just if you hang out with us or them, you know, you feel welcomed. And that's something that I've always struggled with outside of family-wise. I was never really social in a way, but when I met them, it was like automatic warmth. I felt acceptance, and me coming from, you know, my background and stuff, it's hard to get accepted in many places. But here with them, it was amazing. It was, like I said, I felt the welcomeness, the warmth. I'm shy at first, but because of them, I'm not shy no more. I could keep talking forever.
When I first joined, it was March, April. In June, I have an older son, he's 13. In June, he was diagnosed with leukemia. In August, the entire club put together a fundraiser to raise money to help with my medical bills. And, sorry, it chokes me up every time. Michael had a fundraiser at the barber shop that he works at, and all the barbers worked for free. They provided haircuts. You donated the money. It went to the foundation. We had members that are tattoo artists that are also tattooing, and all the proceeds went as well. All the money was raised, and we gave it to my son's. We paid off all his bills and everything. And these people didn't know me. Like, they had only known me for so long, and they were already willing to do so much for me. So that's why I love them. Sorry.
Just yesterday, I lost my grandmother. And coming from the type of family that I came from on my mother's side, it's not the most unified of relationships on that side of the family. And to get to let my brothers know, that's what I refer to them as, my brothers, and let them know that my grandmother passed. They were the only ones who texted me, and not even my own family did. And they offered help when not even my own family would. To see people that I didn't know 2 years ago step in and say, if you need anything, and genuinely mean it, it's a good feeling.
When we say we're a family, we mean it. And in every family, there's dysfunctional people, and there's dysfunctional events, and there's stuff that happens, but in the end, we're always here for each other.
Because of me being, gay, it's hard to go places and feel accepted right away. There's gonna be heads turning, there's gonna be people talking behind your back, there's gonna be whispering. And I've dealt with that since I was 14, which is when I came out. And like I said, when I came here with them, I didn't feel that. That's when I knew I clicked. I was like, no, something's special with this club and the people in it. But no, yeah, being outside of the parks, being outside of, this, it's hard. It's a hard life. It really is. But I stick it through, and that's why they call me G. So I'm not gangster or nothing, but that's why they call me G, because I've been through so much, and I've been able to still stand on my feet at the end of the day.
Oh, hey guys.
Hey, G! You want to join our MSC club?
I just got patched into the club.
So now you're a member?
I'm an official member now. Thankfully.
How does it feel?
No words can describe my feelings right now. No words. Actions probably, but no words. It's overwhelming. I'm holding it in still right now, but oh man. I'm officially part of this family. This amazing family that I got to meet 6 months ago. We started off all as strangers. I was the shy kid, didn't want to talk to nobody, and now I'm cool with everybody, and I can call them my brothers and sisters. It's been more of my family than my own.
Do we have any newly patched members that have been in the last couple months that just got patched in? Yeah. So have everyone come forward. We got G and we got Rachel.
Angela's on her way.
Angela's coming. All right, let's hear from these guys.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to break the track?
Take it off, Tony.
Okay. So we want to do Haunted and then go back to Pirates. Wait, okay, then we're going back to Haunted. Pirate sandwich.
Yeah!
Old school.
Star Wars.
The greatest hits. All right, let's get it in. All right, for the people just showing up, we're just congratulating our newest members. We got G, Rachel, Tony, and Angela's on her way. Give another round of applause. And since it was kind of an abrupt announcement of the scavenger hunt not happening, we are doing a free day, and we've let them choose the ride. So we're doing Haunted first, and then Pirates. You guys cool with that? Yeah. All right, let's go.
This is actually my first meet as an official member, and I'm pretty excited for that. Yeah, it's cool. I'm not rocking the patches yet, but I'll get there eventually. Words cannot describe the feeling that I got, especially the moment when it was happening. I almost cried. I teared up, but I sucked it up. I was like, nope, don't ruin your image. It's okay, but I will not lie though. That night when I went home, I cried. I'm not gonna lie, I cried. I was like, this is the most amazing thing that's happened in my life, especially because I was going through so many negative things these past few months. This really did help me, and it motivated me to just continue to do what I'm doing and fight the battle. You know, you're gonna lose some, you're gonna win some, but at the end of the day, it's up to you which one you choose to do.
We did have a cap at one point, and we just so we could accommodate all of our members that we currently had, and we had to turn people away. And I think with the same inspiration that I got from the Neverlanders is how some of the social clubs after us came about. That you get declined enough times, it's eventually going to happen. So I think that's what sprouted. For a long time, everyone thought the social clubs had rivalries. When we first came out, we weren't really in good standing with the Neverlanders because we were the second social club. We came out because they weren't able to have us join, so we became the second one, something that they thought we were copying, we were doing something. It's like, no, we were just kind of expanding because you weren't, we wanted to be a part of that. And it's kind of funny to think if the Neverlanders let us join, that maybe there wouldn't be a Main Street Elite.
Let me
Big duck face.
When we first started, it was just a group of friends, and that's who we incorporated. And we put the word out there because we wanted to get more like-minded people in our group, but we didn't really expect it to turn into like something so big. I mean, I have people in this club that were in my wedding, that one of their daughters is my flower girl. We've grown close. Like, we think of, we're fine with other people in this club, watching our kids and, us going off and knowing they're safe, just knowing that they're with our group. I didn't really expect it to get like that, and I get really emotional talking about it because, like, the people that do stay that have been here the whole time, I mean, they mean a lot to me, and I know they mean a lot to each other, and they've kind of just, I don't know, you're here so much, and I think part of it is, all the shit we got, all the stuff that, people would say and throw at us, like, and it kind of made us tighter, like getting all the ridicule, we kind of came together more, and it was more of a camaraderie through all the chaos. Yeah, I didn't really expect it, and but it was almost, it was welcomed, and it was kind of something that we all accepted and just went with. We have camp outs. These people are the people I see on the weekends. I talk to these people every day. I love all these people, and so everyone in this club, and it's just, you spend enough time with some people and you have enough common interests, they're your family.